To the Big B at 3, your daily moment of clarity, power, and alignment. Let's get into it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to today's show. It is Thursday. We are almost to Friday. One more day of me before the week is over. I hope this first week of February has been super fantastic for you. Every day is Black History Day for me. I try not to like over glorify February because every day we're lit. Every day we are people who just, prove and not even prove, just show up and just do what is required in a country that it makes it very difficult a lot of the times. Not to use as an excuse, but the playing field is just unleveraged and every day we show up. So I'm just proud of all of us who continue to be like our ancestors and just press forward. And by default of our greatness, we just continue to make history and be great. And that is such a beautiful thing. So kudos to us for melanin in our skin, if that matters in this world. Since that matters in this world, because it truly does not matter to God, but on this planet, we have made that a thing. And because of that, you fall on one side or the other. So gratitude for the strength to carry it all. Thank you, God. And thankful that it continues to also get better. And may we continue to unite and become a people of one as God intended. Back to the garden. Okay? So with that being said, today we won't be here long, but we are going to, let me see, just come from, today is Thursday. So today is a day that we do an activity together. So I'll get to that a little bit later. Anything that I just want to talk about, let me give myself a second to just think for 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Anything that comes to mind. I will say this. I've been in joy for a couple of years. I've been just training myself to know what joy is, understand joy, be present in my joy, make joy a choice, live in my joy. And joy and happiness are two different things. Joy is who you are. Joy is the encouragement you find no matter what is going on, while happiness, root word being coming from happening, something usually has to happen for you to feel happy. But I'm finding a mix. Like I know I'm in joy. Maybe my joy is just increasing. This week I felt very spiritually light and ecstatic in energy, but nothing has really manifested in the physical. Everything just in my mind, and I'm just happy that I have sight, that I have vision, and that it continues to get clearer by the day. And though those things I see may not be in my hand today, which used to give me anxiety and make me really rev it up to produce and prove, I'm learning that as long as I'm 1% better, like literally, not just saying it clichely, but just doing the best I can with that day with no added pressure though, y'all. Pressure is cool. Pressure does make diamonds, but it's seasons and reasons for everything. We can't run under pressure every year, end in and end year, end in and out. Some years got to be a year that you focus on there is no pressure, because pressure also makes you explode. Pressure also can make you have a heart attack. So we do have to figure out to have those seasons where we do take the pressure off, not it being a sign that we are weak or not committed to the task, but too much pressure is harmful, okay? So just feeling that happiness returning, that increase in joy returning without anything really happening is a blessing. That means your gratitude is picking up. That means your love is increasing. That means your views on life are becoming more positive, if that's the right word, more aligned in what is actually good for you. And you're just learning how to walk away from things that don't align with you without the guilt now. Like you got good at doing it, but now you just weighed yourself down with the guilt for doing it. And now you're doing it and walking away guilt-free. That's what it is. That right there will bring you joy. and you will feel it. Trust me, in your system. All right, next, we're going to transition into our bright journey. That is coming from Matthew 10 this week. And what stuck out to me today when I read this again was Matthew 10, chapter 34, which says, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I do not come to bring peace, but a sword." Sword. One more time. This is Jesus talking because it's in red. Matthew 10:34, directly from the mouth of Jesus. "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." You know, we have to have peace within. He is the peace, but that means when we step outside of our homes, when we step outside of ourselves, there is a world that is opposite of us. We are spiritual beings in a natural experience, but we don't get enough lessons about that. So we really lean into our natural. And right there, Jesus is saying that I want you to be at war with the natural. I didn't come to make you at peace with the natural. I want you to be at peace spiritually. I want you to be at peace with yourself. And that might actually cause issues with the world around you. It is going to make you separate from people around you, not just friends, but also family. The next stripper scriptures go on to say that it's going to get so bad that it's going to get to the point that sons will be against fathers, and daughters will be against mothers, and sons against moms. So the betrayal, the disconnection, even just in my own family, I just heard about a story that just so is tragic. I'm like, wow. And it's not going to be because we share the same last name anymore that makes us family. It's going to be the values that you share that are similar with other people with the same values are going to be the new family members that you align yourself with. This is also what marriage is. Marriage is really about you aligning with someone you can keep generations going with, someone that you can have dominion and multiply with, guys. So I'm so excited about our episode that's coming up for February that goes into what cultural dating is, cultural relationships are versus what God really says about being in relationships and purpose for relationships, and how we're all out of alignment. That's why none of it's working. We really, really got to not just get back to the cuteness of it all, but we really got to get to the roots of it all. And there's just some dysfunction there, but addressing it head on is how you correct it with not speed like I'm trying to be the fastest, but with a sense of urgency so it doesn't continue to linger. Because you don't want to linger in bullshit. If you can get out of bullshit, get out of the bullshit, right? That's what we want to do. Nobody wants to smell that unnecessarily. Okay? So if you don't know where to start with Our Bright Journey. This is a space for you to come and be your real self. Talk about the real things, the real challenges, the real experiences, the real wins, the real losses, the real support, the real help. No one's here to be your coach or mentor, like telling you what to do. This is just saying this is where realignment can happen. This is where you don't have to be your pretend self. This is where you can be your real self, and let's get some real healing so you can have some real solutions. That is your bright journey that you deserve, okay? So the link is below, and I'm making that room very sacred because everything I just said is not for the masses to hear. So that price point is going to go up, not because I want to make more money, but because I want to have the right people in. And I mean this is with all the love I can say, not the right people in the room clichély, but because we're being vulnerable in this room, I need you to be invested to be in this room, okay? That's the direction. If people are sharing, I want you to intentionally be in this room, not because it was easy. And plus, I provided easy for you guys, and that didn't work. So now, not only did it not work, it wasn't for you. Now that I'm in alignment, I'm like, oh, I know exactly who this is for, and I know exactly the type of person who would want to pay this to make sure they receive what is available in this sacred environment that we are creating. Okay? All right. And so with that being said, because today is our activation day, we are going to do the gratitude exercise that is in the Bright Journey for this week, because every week you get one. And I thought it was so good because I was actually meditating on a relationship of a person that really helped to shape me. We're currently not speaking to one another, and it might even feel like a little bit of beef, but God was just really calling me to a different direction. But this person, if they really got to the root of me and the root of understanding what happened with us, they would know that. But the question is this: gratitude, focus, alignment over attachment. Write down one relationship that helped shape you. Write down one relationship, one situation you outgrew, and write down one boundary you now understand. Give thanks not only for what stayed, but for what made room. Okay? So I want y'all to think about those questions, marinate on those questions, name a relationship that helped shape you. Okay, kudos to that. Thank that person in gratitude, express love, receive love. Okay, one situation you outgrew, name it. Look at that. Congratulations to you. I know it would have been easier to stay. I know that felt familiar, but you did the thing that is going to propel you forward in your personal journey on this earth, because we don't have a lot of time here. That's not to rush you. That's not to make you feel afraid, but that's for you to be purposeful. One boundary you now understand. One boundary I now understand is potential is a beautiful thing. But if your effort does not align with the potential that I see in you today, that is a boundary that I cannot cross. Potential, and because I'm a seer. So when I see people, I see the best in you. I see the you that you can be. I see the true you. I see the God of you. And I get excited about that you. And I want to pull that you out of you. But sometimes you don't even want that pulled out of you, or it's not even the season for that to be pulled out of you in. And my boundary was overstepping that season. And now it's like, you know what? I'll know they're ready by their actions. They may not be ready for that the way I see them in the biggest form of picture, but their actions are showing that they're taking daily steps, daily practical movement, 1% better to become that person. That's what I'm looking for. Not just what I see and they don't even see, but I see that they see it in themselves and they're taking the step toward it. That is my new boundary. And it's always been my boundary. I tell people that I'm not this teacher for people who are beginners, but those people who need like advanced literature, like we got literature. I'm not teaching literature. But if you're the student in advanced lit, that means you're ready to go to the next level in the same subject, but just a deeper level. That is me. That's the teacher I am. I go to somebody else for the regular class. I like depth. I like philosophy. I like knowledge. I like understanding. I like wisdom. I like to be a student to life and encourage others to do the same. Okay, so ponder on those questions and think about those things for yourself. Alrighty, and as we are closing out for today, please keep in mind that if you're watching Big B at 3 and you're not on our email list, that you need to sign up. And when you do, you automatically receive our Belief Mastery Bank daily clarity prompts, and you'll be entered into our weekly Friday drawing, which is tomorrow. This is just our way of blessing the people who stay connected and present. May your day be settled, your spirit be straightened, and your steps be guided by God. This is Blessin Destiny, your belief mentor and generational blessing. And this has been your Billionaire Daily Mindset, your daily reminder that your identity and your authenticity are your superpowers. Same time, same grace. Big B at 3. Peace, billionaires. Until next time.